Straight?
Yeah, man.
All right. Yo, what's going on, world? This is your boy Najee from rapradar.com. And today I have a very, very special guest. You know, when I get the legends in the building, it's always something special, man.
Yeah.
Now, this brother seated to my left, man, like I said, he's a legend in his own right. This is a good man right here coming through. I got my man, Mr. Neo.
Yes, indeed.
What's going on, my brother?
All good, brother. Same, old.
How's everything?
Can't complain. Life is good right now. I'm in a very serene place in my life.
All right. That's good. You got here. I got you out in the snow. It's snowing outside. We got you to pull up.
Don't ever question my love because I'm here.
Yeah.
We was in the car. They on the radio talking right now like, don't be in the streets if you can help it.
That's a fact, and we got him here. This is Cigar Talk, man. So I was at the Ty Dolla $ign show last night.
Yeah.
And he brought you out. He gave you the precursor. Like, yo, listen, this is a legend right here. Do you? Like, how do you feel about that? Do you recognize like the legend status that the people in the community like give you?
To a degree, I feel like there's still a whole lot of records in me, still a whole lot of songs in me. So I know I've been around a little longer than some of the other cats that's going on right now. But at the same time, I don't feel old at all. I just feel seasoned. Yeah. I feel accomplished. But I still got a long way to go before I get to that place where I feel like I can validly say I'm a legend. Like Stevie Wonder's a legend. Yeah. You know what I mean? I've done some stuff. Stevie Wonder's a legend.
Understatement some stuff. This is Mr. Humility over here. I like it. All right, so you perform So Sick. Yeah. And bro, like, in my own words, that's a classic album. Like, that is a certified classic album. Like, talk about, I guess, the process just from like, Neo at In My Own Words to Neo at Good Man. Like, how do those things kind of differ?
Okay. Well, Neo at In My Own Words was still just, young and green and just excited about, finally getting my foot in the door in the music industry. I had a deal previous to the Def Jam deal, and it was a learning experience to say the least, and that kind of had me off of the whole artist thing for a minute until the whole Def Jam situation came around with L.A. Reid and Jay-Z, and just the way that they wanted to do it. In the previous deal, it didn't go good because they kind of wanted me to be somebody that I wasn't. Whereas with the Def Jam deal, they 100% allowed me to be me, and that was just a huge weight lifted off my shoulders. Before I even started recording the album, they was like, just do what you do. So I'm like, cool. So the first album, we in there just excited and doing 90 songs every 3 days and just going for it. Now it's more of a quality over quantity type thing. You know what I mean? I don't have as much free time as I once did. I got 3 kids, one on the way. Yeah. Happily married for 2 years at this point. So now it's about making sure that the time that I do have to get in the studio is quality. As opposed to just in there banging out records. Now let's think about it. Let's really lock in on these 2 as opposed to the 7 that we would normally do. Let's lock in and make these 2 absolute smashes. That's the thought process behind it now. All right. But as far as inspiration and all that, it's pretty much still the same. It comes from just life and living and people I come in contact with, different experiences and whatnot. But all kind of revolving around the common thread with all my albums is love. Yeah. The black, white, and gray of love, because I feel like everybody has experienced it in some way, shape, form, or fashion before, even if it's just that you've had your heart broken before. Okay, so the dark side of love, whatever the case may be. Right. Just to keep it relatable to the people. Yeah. Now,
so what is it, like you said, you took some time off, since the last album. It was been a couple years, and now we back with this Good Man. What was the time off for? Was it just where you just needed time for yourself? Was it just for the family? Or?
It was personal time. Definitely time for my family. My oldest child is 7. And then her brother is 6, right up under her, and then we have S.J. who's a year old.
And then I got the pregnant right now.
So in the 2 years that I was gone, got married, had some kids, gave the family the time that they deserve, the time that's needed. The people say it all the time, but nothing is true. Family is everything. It means more than any of this stuff. Yeah. So took the time to give them the time that they deserve. But now, now I got to feed my kids and keep my wife happy. So
I hear that. You got to get back in there. I feel
back to the bag a little bit.
I feel that. Get that bag. That's what's up. All right, so tell me, like, I guess explain, what a good man is, right? Because I know, on the last project we had, it was like you said, I guess women is the drug that you use, and to use your back. You know what I mean? And now I guess the perspective sort of changed. So what is, I guess, a good man like mean to you?
To me, what it is to be a good man. For one, let me clear some up. What it is to be a good man is not to be a perfect man, because that shit does not exist. There's no such thing as a perfect man. There's no such thing as a person that has never made a mistake before. Mm-hmm. But you are not defined by your mistakes. Not if you grow from your mistakes and don't repeat them.
Right.
And I feel like that's the mind state of a good man, to understand that, okay, I'm gonna make a mistake every now and then, but I'm also gonna be alert and attentive enough to learn from this mistake so that I don't repeat this mistake.
Absolutely.
A good man is accountable. It's really, really hard a lot of times for us to point the finger at ourselves and say, what's wrong with me? What did I do wrong in this situation? How is this potentially my fault? So what it is to be a good man is to own your mistakes, man. It's like, all right, I messed up. Let's move on from this. Let's figure out the best way to move on from this, as opposed to, all right, let me figure out the cleverest lie I can think of to get out of this situation right now, and then forget the damn lie later on and get caught.
Yeah. So what is it? Was it like life experiences that kind of just led you here? Because like I said, you've been in this game for a minute. Like you said, we seasoned out here. You know what I mean?
I've been seasoned.
So is it just something like a new revelation? Like you said, you mentioned the kids and the wife and the family, or is it just?
It's not necessarily new. It's just I've made the decision. You know what I mean? Because that's what it is at the end of the day. With every man, with every person, you have to decide to be a good man. It's not just gonna happen. It's damn sure not something that you're born with. Like, you got to go through some experiences. You got to break some hearts, have your heart broken.
Right.
Like, these are things that got to happen in order for you to get to the place where you can even say to yourself, all right, you know what? I'm going to do this right.
Right.
And really give this relationship 100% of myself. Not 50% and then do my dirt on the side and, whatever I want to get caught in didn't happen. Not that.
Yeah.
But, like, genuinely give my whole self to this person. Genuinely give all my energy to this relationship and see how that pans out. It's not an easy decision to make, and it's not an easy place to come to. It definitely takes some doing, but once you get to the place where you make the decision, hopefully some of the lessons that are in this album will help you, get to that place a little quicker.
Right. Okay. So tell me, what are your feelings, just I guess, on the people that kind of disagree? We saw the public kind of spat with Lil Duval out there, and he's talking about breaking God codes and all of that. Like, how does stuff like that make you feel? I guess the people that are kind of, I don't say against being a good man, but just the antithesis of it.
Well, I mean, it's comfortable and easy and familiar to do what we as men been doing, for years and years and years at this point. It's easier to lie to a woman and string along 17 women. It's just, I don't know if it's easier, but it's more familiar.
Familiar, yeah.
So I can't be mad at a cat that feels like he wants to still be in that place. It's like, I can't be no madder at him than a butterfly looking at a caterpillar like, bro, where your wings at? Like, you can't fault him. He ain't ready.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. Like I said, it's a decision that you make as a man, and it ain't. And just because I've made the decision and you haven't, I can't fault you for that. But nor can you fault me for making a decision.
Right.
So I feel like everybody matures at their own speed and pace and time, and when you ready to take that step, you'll take it. But until then, don't shit on the message.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that ain't how you supposed to do it.
Right. Do you think it's harder, like in this day and age, like 2018, the world's just more ratchet? It ain't the same kind of rules.
The world is definitely more ratchet
you know
now.
what I'm saying? Is it harder in this day and age to maintain that, the spirit of a good man?
It could be. You know what? What makes it difficult is if you allow the world to be a factor. You know what I mean? I don't let the world be a factor. I know where I'm at. I know the people that are around, so I choose to surround myself with the kind of people that are going to celebrate my decision as opposed to going against. I choose to be around the kind of people that are going to give off the kind of energy that I want around me as opposed to the kind of energy I don't.
Right.
It's not that difficult to change your surroundings, change the people around you.
Yeah.
And I feel like if the people in your immediate circle aren't, celebrating or encouraging you changing for the better,
yeah,
then you might need to change your inner circle. You know, that's the way I feel about it.
Right. But I was fortunate enough, you know what I'm saying? I was fortunate enough to hear the album. They gave me the album early.
Okay.
I'm listening, and one of the songs that definitely stood out to me is this joint with PartyNextDoor, man.
Yeah.
The joint with PartyNextDoor kind of stood out to me. Talk about that record. Like, what was that process like in, you know, just getting him?
You talking about the On Your Mind record or the
Yeah, no, I think it was On Your Mind, I believe it was called.
On Your Mind. Yeah. So we've been saying it since I sat down. You know, I've been in the game for a little while now, and you know what it was when it was me. The sound has changed. Sound has changed. The format has changed. Like things are different now. You know, so I wanted to make sure that when I put this album out, when I deliver this message, that I get everybody's attention, not just the cats in my age bracket or the cats that, you know, been Neo fans from the beginning, but maybe the cats that don't so much know Neo yet, but they know PartyNextDoor, but they know Eric Bellinger, you know, they know these cats who know how to speak to the millennials, so to speak. Right. So I went and tagged a couple of them just on some, you know, making sure that the lingo, as far as what I was saying, was being said in a way that everybody can understand. Yeah,
absolutely. Was that a conscious effort? Because like P&D on that song, like he was talking his talk in the way he does it, right? Like he didn't kind of conform. Like it wasn't like a, you know, I'm gonna do the style of Neo. He got on the rack, you know, on the record, and you know, he cursed a couple times. I think he's saying he's talking his talk, and
but that's what I wanted. Like like it's not authentic and real if you get on there and do your best Neo impression. That's not what I'm at. That's not what I'm looking for.
Right.
I want you to do it the way you do it. I want you to speak your language, because you know it's cats out there that speak your language that it's cats out there that don't speak that language as fluently as you do.
Yeah.
So I almost need you to get on there and do what it is you do.
Right.
In order to get the attention of those cats that speak that language. Yeah. I never want anybody to collaborate with me and feel like they have to change who they are in order to do so. That's not a successful collaboration.
Right. Me. Well, what do you think about, I guess, just like the new state of R&B? You know, some people say R&B is dead or it's just changed. Like, what do you think of just, you know, the state of R&B right now?
I don't think it's dead. It's definitely not dead. It's not as masses friendly as it once was, which I to be honest, I've never understood why that happened. I don't know why that happened, but I can't knock, you know, hip hop and the major breakthroughs that hip hop has had just over the last few years. Like it's, you know, the highest selling genre of music right now
globally,
you know, and that's a huge accomplishment, and I love hip hop, and I'm happy for hip hop, but I don't feel like it should have happened at the cost of R&B falling by the wayside.
Right.
And there's definitely a surge in R&B happening right now. You know, you got you know, with your Daniel Caesars and your Sabrina Claudios and your Hers and, you know, your Bryson Tillers and it's a surge happening.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's just going, you know, the pendulum is swinging back that way very slowly. You know, and I'm happy about that. I'm happy about the state of R&B right now. I know it's not what it was, and it's constantly evolving, which is healthy for any genre of music. You know, it's not supposed to stay the same. You're supposed to definitely, you know, acknowledge and pay homage to what was and the things that made that great, and bring it with you. But at the same time, you know, nothing ever stays the same. Like there's nothing on the face of the planet that is exactly what it was when it first happened. You know? No genre of music. So with that being said, I ain't mad at it. I just need us to get back to when it was cool to sing about love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like everybody want to be
changed.
Everybody want to be so hard right now, and I don't understand it. I don't get it. It's like cats is singing bitch. Cats is singing the word bitch.
Yeah.
And it's accepted. It's cool. Like chicks is like, yeah, I'm that bitch. No.
Right.
He just called you a bitch.
Right.
You know, okay, cool. All right.
Right.
But you know, I'm trying to be one of the people pushing back towards positivity.
Was that like a conscious decision, like that you wanted to, I guess, make sure you differentiated that, like from, you know, like the way they talk and stuff? Was that conscious in the way you wrote?
Did. I mean, it's who I've always been. You know, I feel like it's one of the things that set me aside from a lot of the cats that was doing it when I first got in, is that mine has always been about, for one, celebrating women, not degrading them. And for two, about love, about the one thing on the face of this planet that will never go out of style, that is not a fad or a trend, that is absolutely mandatory and necessary in order to live a happy life, you gotta have love. You can't be happy without it. It's just what it is.
Right. So I want to get into this. I think another interesting facet of your career, man, is everybody can't do this. Like the way you're able to kind of double dutch between the pop world and the R&B world. Like you can live in both spaces, man. Like that's like a gift. Like how, what is that like when your approach to kind of making a pop song versus like, just like an R&B
record. Yeah. There's the approach for all music for me, honestly, is just find a melody that feels really good and a lyric that people can relate to. And if it falls in the R&B world, cool. If it falls in the pop world, cool. My thing is music at the end of the day. It's not so much being a slave to a genre, so to speak. R&B is where I started at, definitely. But music is there's so many different facets to music. Like why, especially if you have the ability, why would you purposely put yourself in a box?
Right. Well, do you consciously, make records saying I want to do this for pop, or is that's just how you felt when
I just do the records, brother, and where they fall is where they fall. Like it's whenever I've gone into the studio and said, all right, you know what, today I'm gonna write a pop record.
Right.
This shit never pans out. It don't ever pan out. You have to. For me, I can't speak for nobody else, but for me, I'm gonna go in the studio. And I'm gonna go where my artistic integrity and where my artistic vibe takes me. And if the records become, R&B, so R&B to the point where they can't get played nowhere but the urban AC, right? And that's what that vibe was, and that's what that is.
Right.
If the record is pop and don't want nobody touching but the pop stations, all right. Well, hey, pop stations, I got something for y'all too.
Right.
At the end of the day, it's just music for me.
Yeah. So you got another record, the Nights Like These record on there, and they got some Romeo Santos out there.
Shout out to the homie Romeo.
Absolutely. Santos. So there's a lot of they speaking Spanish, on there. What kind of made you want to get into that? Like that kind of that groove.
To be honest, Romeo reached out to me, and I instantly said because I've been a fan since the Aventura days.
Right.
So plus I knew it was a good opportunity to just branch out and do something a little different. I had success with Pitbull, 2 times over with the records that we did.
Understatement.
So I know the Spanish market knows me.
Absolutely.
But just to go ahead and further that relationship with them, jumped on the record with Romeo Santos, and I feel like it's one of the standouts of the album. I feel like people are really going to enjoy that.
Were you guys in the studio together at that point? Or kind of
yeah. Which is rare, because for a lot of the features on the album, people got their
moving around
schedules. Yeah. It's like, all right, I'm gonna do the verse, I'm gonna send it to you.
Right.
And then we critique back and forth, do the cyber session thing, which is never as good.
Yeah.
But
the chemistry's a little.
Yeah. You kind of need you need that a little bit. But I mean, not to say that the records didn't come out good. The records came out great. It's just it's always a better situation for the creative process when y'all can both sit in a room and bounce ideas off of each other.
Well, kind of talk to us about that session. Like, what was that like? Like, you're in there with Romeo, and we know, like, you're such a big songwriter. Like, are you kind of giving him the direction and the lines that he's saying in Spanish? What was the session like?
I did my part, and he did his part pretty much. We sat and discussed what we kind of wanted to talk about, like what the track felt like.
Right.
And then from there, we just got in and did what we did. He wrote his entire verse. And without no help from me, didn't need no help from me, didn't ask for no help from me.
Right.
Not that I could have given him any, because I don't speak Spanish.
Right.
But that was one of the easier writing sessions where I didn't really have to chime in at all and help him with that. He had it already. He was good.
All right. So now we mentioned this songwriting bit because we can't talk to Nia without speaking songwriting.
Yeah.
Because I guess you were a songwriter first, right? Songwriter first before you. Mm-hmm. So now, all right, I want to know, because you've given so many hit records away, dog. Like, first of all, you should have kept the Mario "Let Me Love You." That was that. Yeah. I'm like, oh my God.
I keep getting that one. I don't
Jesus.
think I'll ever not get that one. That was Jay-Z's first words to me. First time we ever met. Walked into the office. Hey, how you doing, man? Nice to meet you. And then, why you get that song away?
Right.
All right.
Nice to meet you too.
Nice to meet you too, bro.
Right.
Now, when I did the Mario record, I wasn't trying to be an artist at the time. Like, that was like fresh off of the Columbia situation.
Right.
Back to square one. I got it in my mind that clearly God don't want me to be an artist, because that was just wrong how that whole thing went down. So. But I can't not do music like that. It's in my DNA.
Absolutely.
It's impossible. So I was just a writer at that time. I was just writing records for whoever was gonna get them.
Did you know it was that big?
I knew it was special. I knew it was special to the point where I wasn't sure if Mario was gonna be able to pull it off. To be honest with you, you know, mind you, I didn't know Mario. I hadn't met him yet. All I knew was the little braid my hair dude, right?
Right.
Okay. Yeah. He's what is he like?
17, 18,
maybe
yeah.
18.
Yeah.
And I knew the song had kind of an old soul, an older feel to it. I was like, is he gonna be able to do this?
Right.
But then I met the cat. He came in and he's Baby Sam Cooke. He knocked that joint out in an hour. I had to apologize to him. Like,
right.
You know what, bro? I doubted you before you got here.
But now you.
I'm sorry, my G. You smashed that, and sure enough, you know, the world agreed. So
I guess you personally felt like that you wrote, and you was like, damn, I should have kept that. Like, oh, I shouldn't have gave that away.
Well, see, here's the thing. If the record went out on somebody else and was successful on somebody else, then I don't even let the thought enter my brain like, damn, I should have kept that. Because who's to say it would have been as successful on me?
Right.
Like, I have yet to write a record for myself as successful as some of the records that I've written for other people.
Yeah.
You know, Beyonce is Irreplaceable. I originally wrote that for myself.
Yeah.
But just the lyrical content and just the whole essence of the song just doesn't play well on a guy. You know what I mean? It comes across a little mean and misogynistic on a guy. Whereas the exact same lyrics, exact same content, exact same premise comes across empowering on a woman.
Yeah.
So I went ahead and made that executive decision. Here you go. That's for you.
Yeah.
And the joint took off. Now who's to say that it would have did the same thing with me? So I don't let that part of it bother me. Now if it's a song I wrote for somebody and it went out and it didn't do what it was supposed to do, that's when I'm like,
that's when it's
yeah,
right.
She just held on to the thing myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, it very, very rarely does that happen.
Well, are you privy to be in the studio with artists like like when you wrote for
when
Beyonce, like when they're recording the songs, like Beyonce and Rihanna. I know you wrote for Take a Bow.
I was definitely there with Rihanna. I was there with Beyonce, but I left because I was 100% not needed. That was the day that I realized that Beyonce might be.
Wait, what do you mean not needed? Like she
like
just took
she
on
didn't
it.
need me. Like she had the lyrics, and that was it. I didn't need to tell her the note. I didn't need to coach her through nothing. Like she had it.
You just watching, kicking back. Yeah,
I'm gonna go get
a cigar.
Go get some coffee or something.
Right.
Y'all tell me when y'all done. I ain't doing it, you know.
Right.
But it was all good. Like I said, that was the day that I realized that Beyonce is not just a pretty face that could sing. Like the woman is talented. Like stupid talented. Like inhuman talented.
Yeah.
She might be an alien. I'm not convinced.
Yeah, right.
100%
not human. I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that. All right. So we see, like you said, is hip hop is as the dominating genre and moving across, globally. The Songwriters Hall of Fame, man. They had inducted Jay-Z. Jermaine Dupri recently got his accolades. I know the Songwriters Hall of Fame gave you an award before, right? Was it?
Yeah. Damn it. What was the name of that award?
I remember. I recall seeing it. You had
do you remember the name of it?
I think it was the Starlight Writers Award.
Starlight Writers, yeah.
Something like that. It was basically, I haven't done enough to get inducted into the Songwriting Hall of Fame. Mm-hmm. But it's basically the award is, a tip of the hat from the Songwriters Hall of Fame. Like, we see what you're doing.
Right. But is that important to you to, legacy-wise, to want to get in there as a Hall of Famer? Like, do you think about stuff like that?
I do. I definitely do. Yeah. And it's honestly not too just recently that I even started thinking about legacy and what I want people to say when I'm gone and how I want the perception to be. It would be ideal for me if once it was all said and done, people said Neo was a hell of a songwriter and just an overall good dude. That's all I really want. I look at some of the people that I looked up to growing up and just, some of the struggles that they had to go through because they were so good at what they did and because they got so famous behind it to where they didn't get to live regular lives. Yeah. And, as I move through this thing, I'm kind of getting to that place where it's like, I don't want that. I don't want to not be able to go to Target with my daughter, behind people chasing me through the store. I don't want that. Like that's why I appreciate my fans. I have the kind of fans to where if you see me at the grocery store or something, they're going to run up, hey, Neo, pound, maybe
not too crazy
and get on about their business. They ain't
right.
Right. I don't have the fanatic fans no more. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that my fans are mature enough to, respect my boundaries and let me rock out the way I rock out. So yeah, I'm happy where I'm at.
All right. Well, legacy-wise, I'm gonna make sure I'm bumping this in my own words all the time. I'm gonna be on Rap Radar, making sure they know that's a classic album.
Appreciate that.
You know what I'm saying? All right. Now I know you also had some songs that you wrote for Michael Jackson before he passed.
Mm-hmm. Still got him.
Still got him.
Still got him. Mm-hmm.
What was that like? I mean, did you ever like speak to him about just like the writing?
Yeah. So we linked up one time to talk about what he wanted to do as far as music and all of that, which was the best meeting of my life, by the way.
You got to walk us through that a little. We need we can't just go over that. We got to know what was that like.
So the initial connect was, I'm driving down the street one day, I'm in LA, and I get a call on my cell phone. And it's an unknown number. I normally don't answer those, but for whatever reason this day I answered it. Hello? And the voice came through, hey, how you doing?
Is it the regular Michael voice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm good. Who is this? It's Mike. Mike who? Michael Jackson. Ah, okay, funny. Click, and I hung up.
Right.
Thinking somebody was playing on the phone. So after I hung up, I get a text message from my assistant like, hey, you're not going to believe this, but Michael Jackson is about to call your phone. What, nigga? I just hung up on Michael Jackson. Right. So I'm fussing and cussing at him, and then he calls back, and I had to lie. I was like, yeah, I was driving through a tunnel. Yeah, the call dropped. Sorry, bro.
Right.
So that's when he started talking about, he loved what I was doing with the music and the whole nine, which just made my head get this big,
as it should.
And he said, I want to meet with you. I'm putting together a new album. I want you to be a part of it.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy. That's bucket list.
When, where, I'm there.
Right.
3 days early. What we doing?
Yeah.
So he wanted to meet. Actually, it was here in New York. It was at Leo Cohen's house. Yeah. So go up to the crib. What's up, Leo?
Yep.
He sits me in a room. I'm in there by myself for like 10 minutes, waiting on him. And in that moment, I kind of allowed, just the press and the media and what was going on at the time. I allowed it to mess with me a little bit. So I started thinking to myself, all right, is this about to be some weird shit? Like, is he about to walk in here with a giraffe or something strange? Like, what's about to happen right now?
Yeah.
Like, what's really about to go on right now? So I'm sitting there. He walks in, black suit, taller than I expected. Mike was tall.
Yeah.
He was a tall dude. Yeah.
Wow.
He had on like the arm brace.
Oh, I thought you were about to say the glove. I'm about to say Mike had the glove. Oh,
not
my
the glove,
God.
but like the full arm brace.
The full, yeah.
Like he said he had hurt his thumb or something. He had on these big mirrored aviator sunglasses that he didn't take off the whole time he was there. And his first words out of his mouth when he walked in the room was, "You know what my favorite song of yours is?" And he started singing my damn song.
No. It was God.
Go On Girl. Please don't worry about me, I'm fine. And he started singing the song, and it took everything in me to not just completely turn into a
fan out, right?
Girl right then and there.
Right.
But I kept it together. I was like, oh, that's dope.
Right.
Excuse me for a second, and went in the bathroom. It's one of those moments.
Yeah.
So came back. We got to talk about music and everything and what he wanted to do. So after that, I go back to LA, and we just back and forth on the phone because he was getting ready for the tour. This is it.
This is it.
This is it was about.
Yeah.
So he was like, after the tour is over, we're gonna get together. We're gonna cut these records. But in the process of doing it, I would go in the studio, put together a record, send it to him, and then we get on the phone and talk about the record. Like, I really like the verse on the first one. I feel like the second verse could be a little stronger. Maybe change this in the hook. Critiquing the records, making them the way he wanted them. So we got about 6 records done like that. And the plan, again, was to get in right after the This Is It tour.
Yeah.
And to start cutting the record. Of course, it's on time. He passed before we got the opportunity to do so.
Wow.
So
you still have, what's the status of the records? Like, did you ever, plan on putting them out? Or did you, what did you ever want to?
I could never really make up my mind as far as what I wanted to do with them. Because I didn't want people to feel like I was trying to bank off of Mike's death or nothing like that.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't give them to nobody else.
He has vocals on? Has vocals on?
Nah. It's my vocals.
Okay.
But it's
like a reference, basically.
Mike's, it's my vocal reference, but it's the records that we kind of wrote and arranged together.
Yeah.
And it was meant for him. So for me to sell it to anybody else is like blasphemy.
Right. Absolutely.
And then I would never want people to feel like this dude Neo trying to bank off of Mike shit. Like I would never want anybody to say that. So as of right this second, they just kind of sitting in the archive.
Oh man,
waiting for me to figure out what I want to do with them.
I'm gonna have to get one of my hacker friends to tap in. You're gonna be a Rap Radar tomorrow. Michael Jackson's Neo. But no, that's what's up, man. So now I know you got the World of Dance season 2 coming up.
Yes.
NBC.
May 29th.
May 29th.
The show is back on TV. We're back on NBC. Myself, Jennifer Lopez, Derek Huff, Jenna DeWan Tatum, and literally some of the most incredible dancing that you've ever seen in your life. Like first season did really, really well. Shout out to everybody that rocked out with us for the first season. Everything you loved about the first season is 25 times bigger in the second season. Like we changed the stage, the whole nine. Like it's bigger and better. And if you're a fan of dance, or even if you ain't a fan of dance, you're definitely gonna enjoy the show. You're gonna get into the show.
Well, we're definitely looking forward to that. So I know you're a busy man. You got some stuff to do.
Very, very, brother.
But yeah. Well, we got this. This is the last thing we wanted to do. Now we have. It's March right now. We have March Madness going on. Everyone's making their brackets and things going on. So we decided here at Rap Radar we wanted to make a bracket of our own, right? So we got the 90s R&B. We got the 90s R&B group bracket, right?
Wow. Okay.
So we kind of wanted Neo to go through this and give us the bracket, right? So we're gonna get this. We're gonna get the marker.
Okay.
And we want to run through this and see how you do. So we got the fellas on this side and the ladies on this side. So this is 90s R&B groups.
Damn.
And we want to see how Neo can rank these groups, like if we had to do it like bracket style. So the first bracket, we're going to start on the ladies. We got TLC versus Total.
TLC versus Total. Gotta go TLC.
Gotta go. That's mandatory.
No
gotta
disrespect
go
to Total. Gotta go TLC.
Gotta go TLC on that. All right.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's TLC.
All right. So now we got SWV versus Skate. Ooh, that's kind of. Woo.
That's kind of a tight race, but not really. I'm gonna go SWV.
SWV? All right, yeah, I got that too. I got SWV on that. All right. Okay. All right. So the next one we got In Vogue versus 702.
Damn. Okay, so this is a tough one for me because I went to school with 702.
Word?
702 is
in Las Vegas?
Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I went to school with them, so there's history there.
Right.
But I also just currently wrote In Vogue's latest single, Rocket. So I'm a little torn right now.
Right. In Vogue is 702.
If I must, let me see. I had a crush on In Vogue while I was in high school with 702. So we're going to go In Vogue.
We're going In Vogue? All right, we got In Vogue on that. That's fine. In Vogue, all right. And then Destiny's Child and Brownstone.
That's clearly Destiny's
That's clear,
Child.
yeah. We got Destiny's Child. Right.
Brownstone had a couple.
Brownstone did have a couple joints, that's for sure.
But yeah, Destiny got that.
All right, so we're going to go on the male side now. All right, we got first one is Jodeci versus Blackstreet.
Okay. If we want to go inspiration-wise, it would probably be Blackstreet because of Teddy Riley. However,
I'm about to say Forever My Lady. That did something to my.
You can't knock Jodeci. There's no way. It's Jodeci.
It's Jodeci. All right, yeah, Jodeci on there. All right, boom. All right, so we got Mint Condition versus 112.
Another toss-up for me because two groups that I really, really, really enjoy.
Me too.
But if I must make a choice, for me, Mint Condition.
Woo!
For me, Mint Condition.
Pretty brown eyes.
Yeah, man.
All right, Mint Condition. I will tell you like that. All right, now this is the one we were all kind of going back and forth earlier on this one. We was tugging on this one earlier. We got Dru Hill versus Jagged Edge.
Dru Hill versus Jagged Edge. Okay, hold on. I don't like how cats want to act like they wasn't feeling Cisco when the Thong song first came out.
That's a fact.
Stop playing.
That's a fact.
Y'all was on it.
That's a fact.
Silver hair and all y'all
with
was
the chains and no shirts.
Yeah,
or the beats.
Come on, man. Don't act like y'all wasn't fans. All of us are now Cisco corny. Listen,
right.
Y'all was in. I was in. Everybody was in when the Thong song came out. That's why the song was as big as it was.
That is a fact.
All right, let me see. Dru Hill and Jagged Edge.
Yeah. That's hard.
Bangers on both sides.
Bangers. 5 steps.
Damn, I'm gonna go Dru Hill.
Ooh,
I'm gonna go Dru Hill.
Yeah. Dru Hill.
For me, it's Dru Hill.
They upset back there.
This is my bracket.
They upset back there.
I'm gonna go Dru Hill. This is the Neo bracket.
This is the Neo bracket for sure.
Dru Hill.
All right, and the last one we got on the men's side, we got Boyz II Men versus Tony.
Okay, Raphael Sadiq is that guy.
Guy.
Boyz II Men is that group.
That's end of the road is.
Yeah. I want it to be Wanye Morris.
Right.
Real talk.
Absolutely.
moving my head off and stuff. I was in.
Yeah. All right. All right. So we down to the conference finals right now. Conference finals. We got TLC versus SWV.
TLC versus SWV. Damn. TLC had the swag and the joints. SWV had the voice.
Right.
Still TLC.
Still TLC.
Still TLC for me. Yeah.
Still TLC. Scrubs was a thing. I was haunted by Scrubs. I was haunted by Scrubs. All right. Now we got In Vogue versus Destiny's Child.
For me, still In Vogue.
Still In
Vogue for me. Still In Vogue.
That's breaking news. In Vogue over Destiny's Child, right?
Love for Destiny's Child, but
this is Neo's bracket. Absolutely.
Destiny's Child versus what Beyonce has done.
It's different.
You know, it's a different thing. So
right.
You take what Destiny's Child did versus what In Vogue did. For me, it's In Vogue.
All right. Cool. All right. So now we on to the men's side. We got Jodeci versus Mint Condition.
Okay. This might be an easier one for most people. Most people will go Jodeci, but I'm gonna go Mint Condition.
Ooh!
I'm gonna go Mint Condition.
Jojo about to come out the bathroom, jump you in a minute. Yeah, it's Jodeci.
It's Mint Condition for me.
Mint Condition. All right. And then the last one we got Drew Hill versus Boyz II Men.
That's pretty easy. Boyz II Men.
Boyz II Men. All right.
Yeah.
All right, we in the semifinals right now. We in the semifinals, so we gonna go back again. TLC versus In Vogue.
TLC versus In Vogue. TLC.
Ooh, all right.
TLC beats In Vogue. Yeah.
So TLC is in the finals versus Mint Condition or Boyz II Men.
Damn. Okay, so for me personally, this is a major toss up because it's two of my favorite groups of all time.
Hold on, what's your favorite Mint Condition song?
Favorite Mint Condition song?
Yeah.
Probably Swangin'. You
send me swang. Yeah, right.
Oh, you send me swangin'. Yeah, that's the one.
All
right. Why did you do that? Damn. Okay, wait, hold on. What's my favorite Boyz II Men
brackets.
Favorite Boyz II Men song?
Favorite Boyz II Men song.
Water Runs Dry.
Don't wait till no. Facts.
Yee. Damn, that's hard.
That's hard. Africa not impressed back there. She's still mad at Jodeci. She's still mad at Jagged Edge.
She mad New Edition ain't in the bracket. That's what she mad at.
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna go Boyz II Men.
Ooh, all right.
Boyz II Men.
So, all right, the finals. We in the finals, ladies and gentlemen.
Boyz II Men.
This is Neo's R&B 90s group bracket. In the finals, we got Boyz II Men versus TLC for the champion of 90s R&B group. Who does Neo choose?
Damn. Boyz II Men.
Ooh!
Boyz II Men.
Boyz II Men.
Yes.
Motown Philly. Oh, man, it's lit.
Gotta go Boyz II Men.
You know, Chili and them probably gonna call you a scrub on Twitter after
It's
this
all
bracket,
good.
after
I'll
they
be
see
that.
that. They're
I'll
gonna be
be
mad
that.
at you for that.
I feel like they would agree with me. I mean, TLC definitely did their thing, but you gotta think, okay, so I'm a male R&B artist.
Yeah.
I was actually in a male guy group for a long time, and we thought we was Boyz II Men. So like, if not for that group, there would be no Neo. So
I wasn't even in the group, and I thought I was Boyz II Men. So it's lit over here. All right. So Neo's, we gotta get Neo to sign that. Yeah, sign this.
Absolutely.
Neo's R&B bracket.
Oh damn. Bang bang.
Fire. All right, we got that. We good? You got that?
Got it, bro.
You see that, Drew? You good?
Got you.
All right. Yo, listen, man. This was a special episode of Cigar Talk. We just got the 90s R&B bracket. Neo chose Boyz II Men. We got some gems from Mike. Again, Good Man coming out June 8th.
June 8th.
June 8th.
Yes.
Good Man. The Good Man single's out now. Make sure y'all get that and check that out. Neo, my brother, thank you much for coming by. I appreciate you, big dog. Thank you. All right. Bye.